on it for all of like 5 minutes.
It was the free trial. It ran out really quick.
Anyways, we are live. Welcome to the Ilderon Tales. This is Group 2, Pride and Prudence.
Hi, Lillian.
Yes, hi Lillian. And these players are...
Love you.
These players are much more sane in their decision-making skills.
Lies. I mean,
Lies.
When
actually,
we
no, it's
when we last left off
but-
Group 2, it was the night of the 36th of Father, I believe.
I was not here.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was the night of the 36th of Father. No, it was the afternoon of the 36th of Father. You guys had just gotten Tristan cured and had met a very interesting character at the temple that Nerinius runs in Somia. You met the satyr Zilia Zykega and brought her back to the Nakart keep, and it turns out that oh my gosh, I'm forgetting her name. Oh no. It turns out that I have to look up her name real quick. It just slipped right out of my mind. Nathan. It turns out that Nathan had stole something else from the vaults that did not belong to her. In fact, she had stole 50,000 gold worth of things that were not hers, that got stuck as a punishment for her, why she's currently still a slave. That said, she did say she had the seed that she had stolen, that belonged to Zilia, and it was taken from her when she was sold to Krun Ataclon. There you go, remembering all these dozens and dozens and dozens of NPC names.
Hashtag fuck Krun.
And that the party had gotten Krun's house burned down, so she does not know if it's still there or not. Then from there, Rachia asked if she could use the mirror that you guys are currently in possession of, and use it to track a beast that aided in her kidnapping that people do not believe exists. She said it was somewhere between a giant fiend and a werewolf. And Tristan said, we'll get to it in due time. We just have to go find somebody to kill first.
Yay, murder.
Yeah, and I think we're going to pick up right there. Did I miss anything else important that happened?
Blackjacks and hookers?
Wait, there were hookers last just?
There were no hookers, unfortunately.
Good. I would have missed out.
Alright. So, we're going to join the party in the dining hall of the Nakart Keep. And they have all been reunited. Rachia and Brock joined you guys and had both agreed not to tell Anadelia yet that you're in possession of the mirror. Anadelia is currently out on the 36th of Father, getting ready for the councils to come back into session in the new year.
Alright, who all is in the dining hall as far as NPCs?
Let me turn you guys up real quick because I'm getting low soundage on my end.
Somebody's calling me. I'll be right back.
Let's see, volume mixer. Does this thing get any louder? Hey, can you guys say something again?
Duluth, Minnesota.
All right, that's great. Anyways, what was your question, Jordan?
Who all is in there as far as NPC?
NPCs that are with you guys. Let me not just broadcast my Facebook to the world. You have Jessica's there. Courier is not there. Nathan is with you guys. Aaron is upstairs. He's not currently with you. And Rachia is with you.
Okay. And Zelia's there?
Yes. Kaylee did just AFK for a second. Yeah, as all this conversation's happening, you are going to notice the new member of the bunch. I believe she's wearing a dress or a cloak of some sort.
Alright. I guess I have to wait on Kaylee.
Alright, I'm kicking her out of the session. She's done. Peace.
Wait, she is?
No, I'm kidding.
Savage.
I mean, curse of the rose. Would not surprise me.
She was stricken with a heart attack suddenly.
She takes 14 d12s of damage.
Rip.
And
Start rolling them.
in other tiny news, though, I have been working on the wiki. I've gone back to my regimen of adding like one thing a day to it. So lots of new information that I've been slacking on as far as like common knowledge about the world is being dumped on there. And I did say, well, while I got everybody here, I can go to the wiki. I did say I was going to, or rather the links would be in the description, like every time we have one of these videos, so people could like, you know, look at content about the world. And then I realized the broadcaster I use does not have enough character length to auto-fill in the description, so all the videos have been lacking like 2 extra paragraphs of information. So anyways, for the people who do choose to watch, this is the wiki right here, ilderon.wikia.com. Boom, you can Google search it, and then you can peruse a whole bunch of information about the world, characters, cities, nations, gods.
Is that one of your player
stuff.
characters?
Who?
Yours.
I don't know who
I
you're
don't
talking
recognize
about.
D?
Oh, Dila?
Yeah.
No. And I'll just explain that real quick, then we'll get back into the session. Dila is a person in the world. She is common knowledge. She runs a university in a Lilnagai. Yes, she is currently missing. She is known as the world's hero, as she's been around since the start of history, and she is pretty much unkillable. No one.
I'm gonna try to kill her now.
Yeah, no one exactly knows why. However, there is information on the wiki of what happened to her, and and that's information. That's information the world knows, but people don't exactly know why that's affected her, or as it has. But anyways, hey, if you're watching, there you go. You can go read that article. Anyways, back to the session. Yeah, Brock is going to walk in on the rest of the party, including Rachia, talking over the end of Tristan's meal.
Oh yeah. Because I made a small clip apparently about Tristan not having a voice and then finding out he has one again. How hot is the Seder?
That's a very important question.
It's the most important.
Alright,
question.
throw up a picture, buddy.
Didn't you roll your appearance score?
Yes.
Do you remember what it was? Because you didn't record it.
No, I don't remember actually.
I am not scrolling up through Roll20, so I'm going to roll you 2 and let you pick the one that you feel is more appropriate. We've got 12.
The highest one. Just gonna let you know that now.
Alright, 12. That is
that
the,
good?
Yeah, that's the highest one. That is cute.
It's a 6 out of 10.
Yeah, but my thing was 7 to 10.
Yeah.
Aw.
Jessica is... Now, there is... Jessica is also a 12. She is on the adorable line.
Yeah, but she makes it past because she's the little sister.
Yeah. There is... I allow players to put their ability score adjustments into their appearance score, but as I've been told by all the min-maxers of the campaign, they yell trap when I say that.
Also, what ability modifiers would I use for that? Is it my charisma?
No, your appearance score is separate from charisma. That is a 7th ability score that we use. The modifier you get is every 4 levels in your class. You get a, you can add +2 to 1 ability score, or you can choose to take a feat.
That's a trap.
Yeah, that's what everybody says. It's a trap. And it's like, if appearance is that important to you, you can put a point in it. I will not stop you from improving your body.
How good looking do you want to be?
Oh, so that you can improve it by taking.
I want to be
and
drop
stuff
dead
there,
gorgeous, baby.
Brandon, you also say we can improve it by like taking a bath each day or something?
Oh, yeah, I allow you to make appearance checks at the start of the day if you want to try and gussy yourself up. And that would be, you know, losing your passive...
You know what? I'm gonna go look for it.
That would be losing your passive appearance score, and then making a d20 roll, and then adding the your appearance modifier to it.
Okay. I'm gonna go look for my appearance. 'Cause I know it was high because you said Brock would be into it.
Yeah, I thought it was like a 17 or 15, but I'm not scrolling back up.
See, I wanna.
No. I had it written down on a piece of paper because I rewrote out the character sheets. Hang on. It was 16. Got it.
Bam.
Bam.
Today.
Bam!
Yeah, 16 then, because I do remember
I'm
it
actually gonna
was
put that
high,
in right
but
now.
I
have
was
it
not
right
about
here
to go
and I can
look
show you
for
it
it.
later.
Ugh. See, I'd roll for my appearance, but I know it'd be like a 3.
I thought I rolled yours already.
16.
Did you?
Ah.
If you did, we didn't talk about it.
Hold on, let me pull up Roman Drake real quick. Oh, I did not! Alright, I am going to roll for you, and I'll let you pick the one that you feel is more appropriate.
Roll over 1.
On to the important things.
Alright. 12 or... let's see, that's 9 plus 2, 12 or 11.
Wow, what hard choices.
Well, if you feel that he's, you know, more grizzled and less attractive, go with the 11.
I'm gonna go with the 12.
Alright. I'm gonna put that on your sheet for you in the bio. Because I use this sometimes when I'm just guessing on how NPCs would react to you guys. Because being really good looking, you can get away with some stuff sometimes.
You could. That's
Yeah,
why
I
I was
didn't
like,
think
I
that
should really
mattered.
figure this
That's
out. You know, I'm a bronze Adonis punching people off of boats. You get me places.
Alright, I guess I didn't... I thought I rolled Urkus's. Did you not record it? Because
I remember doing it, and but it was like an early video, and I don't know if it was recorded or not. It was like one of the first few sessions.
I did the same thing. Like I did
Yeah,
my
no,
cover
me
mine,
and-
I remember taking a bath and like redoing it too.
yeah, yours is set, Jordan, because you are
What was it?
you are twins with Rachia, so yours is whatever hers is. I think she's 15. Yeah, she's 15 appearance.
I can't be hotter than my sister. Is that what you're saying?
You want to be the good-looking twin.
Well, you guys are twins, so...
But I
Are
mean,
they fraternal?
They're fraternal. Like, you can't. I don't think you can be identical and not have the same genitals.
We identical twins and have different genitals.
All right,
Well, I would argue that that is a lie because you don't have a vagina.
Jordan, I will give you the option. I will re-roll for you, or you can take the 15.
How about you re-roll one dice, and then I have to choose between 15 or that one roll?
I already rolled for you. The first roll was a 15.
Cool. 15 or 15. I'll take the 15.
Oh, yeah, you
I'm
were
crazy,
thinking
I know,
average.
right?
Take the newer 15. It's newer.
It's a fresher 15.
Alright, and I'm gonna... Yes, I'm just getting this out of the way. I'm gonna roll for Urkus. Urkus, you have the choice between a 12 or a 14.
I'll choose the 14 because I think that's what I had before when we rolled.
Okay. And
14 or
I'll
15,
record
that's
that
close
on your
enough.
sheet real quick.
I'm still gonna see if I can find it through the early videos. I know we did that, and I'll find Brock's original score too.
Well, see, I remember when I was making Raichia's character sheet, I remember asking Jordan what was Brock's appearance score, so I could make hers the exact same, because I know I didn't roll hers. And so that's why I'm pretty sure it's 15. But anyways, yes, the party is back together for the third time at the table. It is the end of Tristan's meal. Everybody is there. Sans some of your NPCs.
Okay. As Zelia walks up, I go, "Who's the hot satyr?"
Nathan's going to respond to you very quietly. She's going to stand up and come and whisper in your ear and say, I stole something from her by accident, and you guys burned it by accident, and now she wants to kill me. And she's sticking around until she finds it.
Didn't burn shit by accident. That implies that we started the fire.
We didn't start the flame war.
Yes. By the way, Roman would hear that.
Yeah, I would.
Despite her attempt to be subtle about it.
Yeah, Zillie's just gonna keep walking over.
I look back at, I keep wanting to call her Oracina for some reason.
There is a character named Orancina.
There is, and she's on my mind because she's something I need to like tie up that loose end.
She helped me get into better punching shape.
So I turn back to Nathan and go, "You really need to learn how to keep your sticky finger." Well, actually, this didn't turn out so bad. Never mind.
We're gonna have a lesson, kids. Never mind. Cops didn't show up or anything.
Yeah. You shouldn't. You know what? You did all right this time.
I feel like the lesson here is, if you end up getting hot girls into the house because of your thievery, then it's all right.
Moral of the story. Ain't that put a ring on it?
Is that how?
Yes, that's how.
How career got out of the kidnapping charge? Put a ring on it. She actually owns it now.
I turn back to the satyr walking to me, and I go up there and say, the name's... Actually, I'm not in disguise right now. So, the name's Russell. Russell Ramball.
That's a stupid name.
That's the
You end
satyr.
up liking it soon. And what about
Yeah,
you?
she's gonna say that to you.
Yeah, and I said you're gonna like it soon.
I can't hear you. I'm sorry, what?
You're going to like it soon.
Uh-huh, alright.
And what is yours?
And Zillia.
I extend a hand.
I'm gonna take your hand, I'm gonna shake it.
Pleasure, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, okay, go ahead.
So now that we have introductions out of the way, what? Well, I see that Tristan has his voice fixed, sadly.
Tristan is just gonna look at you, open his mouth to respond, and then just sigh and facepalm. Just. It's his entire response.
I mean, I was expecting to quit. Okay. So, anyways, guys, now that we have the mirror back, Tristan can, I guess, effectively use it, question mark?
Tristan is going to stand up, still clutching the mirror in his palm, and says the attunement process is not quite finished yet. I hear a voice from the mirror beckoning for blood before it can be used.
Why don't you just donate your own blood then?
He stares dryly at Brock and says, "It communicates a little bit more intelligently than that. It wants the blood of a creature matching my disposition."
Are you a creature that matches your disposition?
You're being purposely obtuse.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
He said blood. He didn't say anything about murder. So I'm assuming he just needs blood, kind of like how the secret passageway opened.
Tristan says, "We need to kill somebody as equally aligned as myself."
What's his alignment?
Lawful evil.
That's not
I
known
am
to the party.
Not lawful
is it?
evil. I am chaotic neutral.
Say it again, Jordan.
I'm chaotic neutral. Oh, sorry.
Is his alignment known to the party?
I mean, you guys would pretty much know that. You guys would pretty much know from the way that he's been acting. You could guesstimate.
I mean, I can guess
Tristan
it's
follows
lawful.
the law, and he wants to become more powerful so he can change the world in a way that he sees
Ever
fit.
Noted that.
Tristan has always worked within the confines of the law. Most of the time.
No. That part he's always done. So I know he's lawful. But I don't think Brock knows he's evil yet. Because he's never done anything to show that he wants more power or control over others.
Yeah, Tristan's number one concern is the fate of Ardor Sarai. He will kill or murder anybody who stands in the way of that.
Alright. So, we need to find someone who meets his alignment. Does he need... Well, I know someone else who's equally as big of a dickbag as he is. I'm guessing that means he's of the same disposition.
Does Brock say that?
Yeah.
I'm in such suspense.
Yeah, Jessica is going to... Actually, Jessica wouldn't stop you. Nathan would be the one who would probably speak out of place and say, if you're referring to Draylin, wasn't that the whole reason you guys accepted the mirror from him, so you could use it to find him and kill Draylin?
Well, no, I got the mirror from him because I didn't want him to have that power. And then something came over me and I got sidetracked. So,
Nathan's gonna nod and say, "Oh, okay then, who are you thinking of?"
Draylin.
She's just gonna keep nodding dumbly, like she never said anything in the first place. Like, "Oh, that's a good idea."
I pat her on the shoulder and go, "You are most definitely one of my favorites."
Draylin is very borderline incompetent. Where's my... Oh, okay. I'm still listening. You guys can keep going. I was looking for my NPC folder.
So I turn to Tristan and go, has your magic mirror told us where Draylin is?
Looking very annoyed, Tristan is going to once again slam his hand over his face and say, no, because I have to kill somebody before we can use it.
Alright then. I'm out of leads, but we could find someone who's not Draylin.
Assuming Draylin even counts. 1, you don't actually know if he lines up with our fair friend's disposition. And 2, he doesn't exactly bleed. I mean, dead is dead, but he's kind of already dead.
I'm sure he'll bleed if you stab him enough times. Or punch him enough times.
You didn't pay attention in school, did you?
I think we've been over this. My history teacher was too hot.
Roman is, as you guys are talking about stabbing and... As you guys are talking about, stabbing and punching Draylin, Roman is going to notice Jessica looks visibly uncomfortable.
What's wrong, Jessica?
She's gonna shake her head and say, "What? Nothing. I'm fine." Anyone who doesn't, who can roll higher than a 2 on a deception or insight check is gonna know she's lying.
I want to roll.
Oh, I want to roll this. Just
go ahead.
I'll take 10.
Yeah, Jessica is lying with her 0 charisma.
And
what did I roll? I rolled an 18. I think I know something's up.
Yeah, so Roman is going to know the last time they went into a Terrai den, not only was Jessica afraid to confront Terrai again, she did get mentally assaulted by, or bombarded by messages from the Silver Sigil before they warped in using her as a anchor and then blasted the place apart.
No, that's not good.
That's Roman's
kind of awe-inspiring.
Yeah, know that.
No, but I'm just saying that's not good.
Yeah, Zilia is going to know that this girl, at the mention of Terrai, this girl shivers a little bit, probably giving off some past run-in with them.
I walk over to her and say, it's okay, we'll all be there. And we made it out alive the first time.
We had a good bit of help the last time.
So, going back to the topic of finding Draylin. Brandon, did Draylin say anything when we passed him about where he was going to be?
No, he seemed ecstatic and gave you guys the mirror. He told you to tell Anadelia that his words exactly were, I'd like to talk with her. Tell her I fancy her. You guys also have not told Anadelia that you have the mirror back.
Yeah, and we plan to not to. Is there a meeting soon for big name nobles in the city?
It is through 4 days until the new year. The council is meeting back up on the 1st of Priestess, I believe is the first month of the new year. And Anadelia is getting ready for that.
Okay, but there's no meetup beforehand, so there's not until that day a place for him to pop up that is known.
Say that, run that by me one more time.
There's no place that we can assuredly say Draylin is going to be until that day.
Yeah, you know that there is a meeting of elves every 5th day inside the city.
Yep.
At the Sarurcha Tavern. And you know that he was there the last 2 times you guys went there. No, the last you guys have only been there once during the meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. So today's the 26th, so we still got like...
Yeah, the 36th. You just missed it yesterday. That said, yesterday was a holiday.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot I was doing this. Cute nail art. I just peeled it all off.
I said we go find Effie then, because even if we don't find Draylin, she was in contact with the Silver Sigil, and we may find someone else who fits the disposition of our fair Tristan.
All right. That is a worthwhile endeavor. I think only Brock would know where Effie is.
Yeah,
Korea
like
would be the other person. Oh, Nathan knows. Yeah.
Yeah, Nathan knows. She found the drugs.
All right, you guys all agree to go meet up with Effie?
Yeah.
Okay. So the place where Effie is currently at is called the Silver Dagger Tavern. It is in the Forge, or the city proper, near the Forge Ring, right across from the foreign embassies and offices. The attached to the Silver Dagger Tavern is a stable and a mill above it. This is a place where adventurers and people looking for quick work blow into this tavern at the entranceway of the city, and then leave very quickly. It's not like any of the deeper residences here. Walking to the Silver Dagger Tavern, you guys are going to notice there are a few extra guards on patrol in this area than would be in normal parts of the town. But nonetheless, you do get there and arrive at the building. I've described it once to Jordan. So I'm not going to go in depth, but it is 3 parts. The hay and mill workers work on the adjacent part of the building, and upstairs there is a storage area where Jordan would, or where Brock, of course, would know Orancina's been staying at. And yeah, that's pretty much the whole place. Inside, though, it is your normal festive tavern scene.
Nice.
It is nearly a blizzard today, so the taverns are still packed with people seeking shelter from the storms before they travel out of the capital.
Is there like music and booze?
Here there is not music. However, there is a wealth of serving staff.
Alright, I'm gonna go find me a drink.
I thought Orancina was staying at like a shop.
Yes, the mill shop that's attached here.
Oh, okay.
And now you have a drunk satire on your hands.
Let us see.
That's fast.
Right. First one must not be very high.
No, but satires are probably, they're known for drinking a lot.
Probably
I
do a
think.
con save to see if you're drunk or not.
Constitution save, let's do this. I have a constitution of 1.
Believe in yourself.
Cool.
13! Is that good or bad?
I am pulling up the pricing for their drinks. You can... Give me 1 second to get the wages on here. If you're drinking fancy, it's going to be like 2 silver pieces.
Yeah, I can afford it.
Oh, whoa. High roller.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, 2 silver pieces buys you a gallon of ale for yourself or for your party.
I'm gonna look back at my party and be like, alright, I guess I have to share. I'm a TM now. So I'm gonna bring it over. I'm gonna drink most of it though. I'm gonna drink like half of it and leave the other half for the to split between them. But am I drunk?
Not yet, but give it a few minutes and you definitely will be. There, as far as entertainment goes here, there is not any music. There are several adventurers reciting poetry to each other. It seems that this place, people are more so sitting down, handling business, rather than coming for the food or drinks.
Buzz kills.
Mm-hmm.
Can I do a perception just to check and see if any of the business dealings catches my ear?
Yes,
Looking
you
for
can roll
anything
me.
about-
You can roll me a perception check.
Okay. Pretty much anything that may have to do with earthfire weapons.
Oof.
I'm going to use my inspiration.
Alrighty. Listening around. As far as conversations go in this place, you're going to pick up on. You're gonna pick up on one in the back. Not anything about earthfire weapons, but you are going to recognize Effie's voice, an unfamiliar one, and a semi-familiar one, or rather, Orencina's voice, from the Calkin office when you met her. Oh, and when you met her here. They are talking about weapons, not earthfire weapons, though.
Gotcha. Then I will walk over and turn to Effie and Orencina and go, "Hello, ladies."
When you get there, Effie's going to stand up, give you a scowl, and extend her hand forward, and say, "Took you long enough."
I'm sorry, I had business elsewhere. As I take her hand.
Is Roman there?
Yeah, I was gonna say I was gonna follow him to the table.
Okay, describe to me Roman's outfit.
That's a good question.
Does he have his
Like
weapons
a vest
equipped? What
and-
is he still wearing the items that Anadelia gave him with
I was
the?
gonna say, like, we have winter clothes, right?
Yes, you have very nice winter clothes given to you by
So,
Anadelia.
I'm imagining like a thick jacket, and
Okay, does he have his weapons? His knuckles equipped?
I have my hands like tucked in pockets, but then yeah, the knuckles are in the pockets.
Alrighty.
So like if shit got real, hand would come out ready to go, but I'm not like flashing them.
Yeah, Effie is going to go through and cordially greet each member of the party, offering to shake their hands. When she gets to Zilia holding the gallon of ale, she's going to look back at Brock and say, "You are just a fawn of recruitment, aren't you?"
What can I say? I have a thing with the ladies.
Yeah, he didn't do anything to get this one to join the party.
Yeah, I did. I recruited the female that she didn't like.
I was gonna say that you had no business in the Seder.
Maybe.
I mean,
She's gonna look at Zilia and say, "Not many Fae make it past the Walkwater," and offer her hand out towards her. Oh, I should probably show you a picture of who you're talking to, because you have never seen her before. In front of you is a woman with wild auburn hair. She wears a brown overcoat, and she is... When's the last time she fed? She is good. She looks very human. Are you there, Kaylee, or did you mute your mic?
Yeah. I was just. Yeah. What's going on? I'm sorry.
The
I'm distracted.
The NPC I showed you guys is offering to shake your hand.
I shake her hand, but I've seen her before.
You've seen her before in another campaign. Yeah.
a vision hits her as if from another dimension.
From another life. Another time.
So yeah, I shake her hand and I give a smile.
Alright, does Roman shake her hand?
Shake Effie's hand?
Yes.
Yes. And if you're wondering, yes, that would produce the knuckle.
Okay.
Roman, always on hand.
I like this person.
I can't risk having to, take a turn to equip those bitches.
Yeah,
Brandon, I don't like this person.
you don't like Effie?
I don't like this person.
I'm sorry.
The best.
Yeah, she's done
Effie's
nothing
dope.
but help you guys.
I
When...
mean, I watched her kill a dude once, but, he had it coming.
Yeah, well, you guys told her to, also.
Yeah.
She's like, "Can I eat him?" And be like, "Yeah,
We
sure."
brought
I feel
her...
like she likes to butt into other people's business.
I wonder why. It's like, this is someone sitting there on a mission in other people's business.
Now it comes back to Brock.
When Roman shakes her hand, Roman is going to notice, of course, because he's got, 23 perception?
21, baby!
Okay, 21. Well, actually, she might be able to beat that. Nope, never mind.
Nobody.
Roman is going to notice the person Effie is talking to, which she is wearing a different cloak, so you wouldn't you wouldn't directly recognize her, but you are going to notice she's going to shuffle the black hood of her cloak. It is completely covering her face. She's going to pull it even further, covering the bangs of her white hair.
So basically, I'm going to notice that this woman seems to be intent on not letting me recognize her.
You can try and you can assume that. An insight check would kind of tell you more of what her action meant, but that is a safe starting assumption.
Alright, so after introductions are done, so who are we speaking with here? As I turn to the mysterious guest, if I had known.
Brock is going to recognize her as Orensina. You were in
So
her
wait,
room.
does he actually have the field of view on that?
No. He butted into her room, and you would know her cloak and her items.
I meant, weren't those two talking to someone else?
Yes, the third person is a small man. he is going to stand up and say, "Oh, I'm Arcade. I'm just waiting out the storm before I hit the road."
And I extend the hand and go, Brock Brooks, pleasure to meet you.
He nods, shaking your hand, and say, "Well, it is a pleasure. You're talking to an adventurer extraordinaire."
Excuse me. What do you mean by extraordinaire?
He mulls it over for a moment and then says, "Well, I think, you're talking to probably the best there is."
Can I do a history check to see if I've recognized this person before?
Yeah, go ahead.
No history, it's not my subject.
Not mine either.
Never mind.
20
Bad subject.
Yeah, 24?
That 20.
Never heard of this guy.
Okay. I'm sorry, I've never heard of you before.
He says, "Oh, don't worry. You will. I'm gonna travel to Galkin, tame a phoenix, and bring it back. And everybody will know my name."
I'm going to turn to this man and go, those are great ambitions. I too want to tame a phoenix now. Because that sounds like an awesome idea.
Yeah, I mean, if I can hit it.
I turned to Roman with a questionable look, thinking of bestiality, and wondering why.
Is it just like, you're just staring at me and that's the thought in your brain right now?
Yeah.
Yeah, my passive perception isn't good enough to read minds, so... Yet.
But it should let you notice the strange look, like, what? What do you look at me for?
Yeah, but I'm probably gonna shrug that off. Brock giving things strange looks is Brock.
Yeah. Orensina is going to stand up from her seat and say, "I've informed, or rather, your companion has spoken with Credori. She knows far more than I do on the subject. I'll take my leave then." She bows towards the party and begins walking to the adjacent milling building.
Would I get a good look at her at that point?
Yeah, you guys would recognize her as Orensina.
And then I would recognize her as like the woman that helped make my new Nux. Is she that person?
You wouldn't know that, but you would know that she looked at your knuckles before she pulled up her cloak. Actually, go ahead and roll me a wisdom check for putting
wisdom
one
check or an insight check.
Either or, whichever. If you have proficiency in insight, you can roll that. For just putting one and one together. Because, you're going to know Rotero did tell you that his contact was staying here. You're also going to know that he said his contact had a problem that was delaying the process. So if Roman holds any grudges for getting his stuff a day and a half late, it would be likely that this is the person to address them to.
No, I mostly hold grudges over trying to be murdered. She didn't try to murder me, so...
She tried to murder me. I don't hold grudges over a hot chick. Man, I really want Orensina to say, but I can't think of anything to keep her here. I guess I'll turn back to Effie and go, so how did the meeting go? And how did Orenzina behave?
She looks at Orenzina as she's walking away and just shakes her head and says, "That is one lost individual right there." There is a tone of sadness in her voice before she looks back to Brock and says, "She was fine. She held it together while she wasn't on that dust." But Credori, I informed her of the weapon, and they have sources looking for it within the city.
Speaking of weapons, we managed to uncover one ourselves.
Oh, snap! Effie did not know about the mirror. She's going to look at you very befuddled and say, "Wait, which one?"
The mirror called Shattered Truth.
Shatter Tooth.
Shattered Tooth.
And by the way, Tristan corrects you on that. Effie is going to scratch her red hair and say, "Wait. All right, that one wasn't on your list. What does it do?"
Yeah, no, apparently it turns loudmouths into mutes, which is actually very, very helpful. It also seems to change your alignment, and you smell rotten eggs. Really bad rotten eggs. And I don't know. You're able to see people's true forms, and supposedly you are able to scry on people that you want to scry on. But currently we are having issues with that part.
Effie is going to look towards Tristan and say, "Wait, that thing can scry on anybody?"
Supposedly.
There is a oh snap! There's an NPC I forgot to give you guys. My bad. I need to move it into your party just so I'll remember in the future.
I thought it was Dagger Dude. I thought Dagger Dude was in the story.
No.
Dagger Dude's suddenly in the party. We're like, wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
We had a fist fight. I didn't kill him. We became friends.
No, you had a fist fight and became friends.
You're going to see this gleam shine in Effie's eyes, as for like the first time ever, you guys see her smile, and there's kind of hope returning to her eyes, and she's gonna say, that could be used to find the woman I'm looking for."
Yes, it could.
Brock
Zillia's gonna lean over and ask, "Is it a lover?" But I bet it's a lover.
She shakes her head and says, "No, it is the headmistress of the Mathis University. She's been missing. My mentor."
Dila.
Yes.
I'm gonna lean over to
Dila
Broth.
Monrona.
I'm gonna lean over to Broth and be like, "She totally wants to bone her."
I totally want the boner too.
How subtle are you guys being with that conversation, by the way?
Not subtle enough to escape Roman Drake.
Nothing escapes.
I'm whispering.
As you guys start whispering, she's just gonna go ahead and roll a perception check on you guys. Yeah, she's gonna pick up on that conversation, and immediately that smile that she had briefly is going to disappear and say, "No, she adopted me, saved me, and raised me. I do not want to."
So it's that kind of relationship. You're just some kinky shit.
I meant bone you. I mean, yeah.
Yeah, my character's gonna look at her and be like, "Kinky."
Effie is going to start stepping forward, pulling back her sleeves, and in the same way that you guys saw the first time she met Brock and she attacked him.
Can I take the pint of ale away from Zilia?
Can I
No,
offer
she-
FBI knuckle?
I don't want to.
Zara's gonna chug it down. 19! That's still sober!
I just need to know, are you guys defending her, or are you getting out of the way?
Getting out of the way.
Oh, get it out of the way.
Trying to. I was trying to.
If
save the
anything,
ale,
I would like to
but,
provide the
it's
help
gone.
action.
Yeah, I should chug down the rest of that ale.
Yeah, as I walk, I'll see her check the ale. I'm like, well, okay. Back up.
She is going to take an attack action and substitute her attack for a grapple attempt.
Oh my god!
Zilia can roll an opposed grapple check with your acrobatics or athletics. It would be disadvantage as you're trying to chug down the ale right now.
Oh, it would be?
Yes.
19 still!
She is going.
Disadvantage.
Yeah, she is going to beat you on that roll.
Don't say you should use your inspiration.
Yeah,
Can I use my inspiration?
yeah, it would still be a 19.
I thought inspiration.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you have disadvantage and you grant yourself advantage, you just roll one die.
Yeah, never mind.
She is going to grab the collar of your dress and pull you in close so that you are eye and eye with her, and
Alright.
she begins talking through her teeth, and you're gonna notice her incisors are very fang-like, and she says, there's one thing in this world I do not play about, and that is the woman who saved my life, who I owe everything to.
There are a few things
You
I don't play
speak
around with.
ill of her again, and I will see you wiped off of Ilderon.
Zillia's gonna put a hand on her shoulder and be like, look, I got a death wish,
Order.
so don't tempt me.
Looking. Brandon, you never sent me that list of spells that the flute gives me.
I did. I sent you. I told you 2 spells in addition that it had to being a bard magical instrument. If you have the DMG available or the PDF, the bard magical instruments are on page 176. All of them can cast fly, invisibility, levitate, protection from evil and good, and then those 2 additional spells that I told you.
Did she let me go?
Yes.
Alright. I'm gonna
As
walk
you say you have a
over to
death
Ryan and
wish, she
the-
growls at you and shoves you backwards.
I'm gonna go get another pint or a gallon of ale.
Alrighty.
And I'm pressing buttons by accident.
By the way, the flute is made of black pine.
Never mind. I will turn to Effie and go, sorry about our drunken satyr
Oh, I ain't drunk yet.
at the moment.
No. She's not. She keeps making good con saves. It's only gonna get worse.
You gonna lie and tell her that I'm drunk and I'm not?
Yeah.
Yeah, Effie doesn't at all seem enthused by her, but she is going to look back to Tristan and say, "Give me the mirror. I'll use it."
How does she know Tristan has the mirror?
I don't think Tristan's hiding it.
Yeah, Tristan would be giving off a sulfurous smell. And you did say it makes you
Smell like raw egg?
smell of rotten eggs. And then also Tristan's been clutching it in the palm of his hand. And like when I say clutching it, I mean you guys see the veins of Tristan's hand squeezing this thing.
That man does not want to let go.
Yeah, Rox is going to step forward, and I did forget to tell you guys that she was with you because I had her in a different group. She's going to step forward and say, wait, slow your roll, lady. I've already called dibs on this.
You know, one person can look for all of the people we'd like to find.
We just need to kill one person first. As I note to the girls. We need to kill somebody before we can scry.
Also, did you really just say that in the middle of a tavern?
I'm assuming it's loud enough that nobody can hear.
Effie is going to inhale and then exhale and say, already had to kill so many people since I've gotten to this city. I hate murder.
What if they are a bad guy? Like, evil at heart.
That doesn't really, mesh well with similar disposition.
Yeah, she's just gonna look unenthused and say redemption is a thing.
I mean, I believe redemption is a thing.
Ooh, let me look for a moment. You can go ahead. I did not mean to cut you off.
No, I talked over myself. Well, the only way to activate this cry is to kill somebody. Much to the dismay, it is the cons of this Earthfire weapon.
She nods and says, "All right, let's find somebody worthy of the blade."
I believe we've already found one. We just need to figure out where he is right now.
Isn't the whole point of using the mirror to find him?
Yes, but we can't use the mirror to find him because we can't use the cry yet. Because
So we
have
need
kill
to
him.
find him. Use the mirror to find him.
This is the catch-22 we're in.
Not to mention the fact that, I don't know, maybe he doesn't satisfy the condition.
But, anyways, I turn to Effie and go, we are looking for someone who is a bad person, but has a code or follows laws. A political elitist.
She's going to think for a moment and then say, perhaps we can talk with Ocular Ataclon, the members of the Chantry of Discipline. Each one of those raving zealots only use the law to benefit their own means.
I'm gonna shiver at the mention of Ocular Adequan.
I turned back to her after looking at Roman, and then asked, Do you believe Ocular Adequan might not be a good person?
She shakes her head and says, "No, he's one of the best I've met."
Oh, okay. So you mean someone in his chantry?
She shakes her head and says, "No, he would have more information about the Chantry of Discipline."
I thought his was the chantry discipline.
No, he belongs to the Chantry of Concordance. But you would say the zealots of that fire goddess.
Yeah.
They only exist with the purpose to destroy. Many of them.
True. They burned down his brother's house.
I'm gonna need you to roll me a deception check on that.
But why? That is the official story.
I should have advantage
I
on
mean,
that.
you have advantage on it.
It worked for me.
There.
22.
Bam.
All right.
Yeah, Effie doesn't really have a reason to suspect you, but she's gonna nod and say, "Wait, why don't we just find the people who did that then?"
You know what? Good idea.
The Heart of Embers?
Braylon.
He's not one of them. You have a problem.
Alright, my character's still, like, drinking heavily. Do I need to make another con save?
No. Well, you can at this point, but it's not really going to matter.
21.
See,
You know,
Nat 20.
making you con save means that you're not getting drunk.
Yeah. So
Yeah, that's why it's so hilarious.
no, you do
Just
make
keep going.
you do make that con save, and you are feeling the effects of the alcohol. What you do stave off is a level of exhaustion. You do not have disadvantage on ability checks currently. You are,
going.
however, heavily intoxicated.
But I'm not tipsy.
No, you are tipsy.
Oh.
You're not vomiting
But I'm not
or swaying or
stupid drunk
anything.
yet.
Yeah.
I'm not stupid drunk yet.
You still have your wits about you.
Alright, somebody should stop me.
No,
You
no.
can pay another 2 silver for another gallon if you want.
Oh no, I already did that.
Okay, make sure you're keeping track of it.
Yeah, I am.
I look over at the satyr that was in our party and just think, you know, she knows how to have a good time. Even if it is for some reason by herself.
Effie nods and says that lunatic upstairs could use a bit of her enthusiasm instead of that rock lily dust.
Why don't we bring her
She's
down
gonna
here
pick
then?
up her head when she hears somebody needs to party and be like, "Party? Let's do this. Let's go." She's gonna grab Brock by the arm and just drag him upstairs. Let's go party.
I guess I'll be down to pick it up at Orange.
All right.
I
Go ahead,
I
Robert.
suddenly realized that talking to the ocular sounds far better than being in this tavern.
Woo!
All right.
Hey, you have to get it over with sometime.
So, you guys, do you bust into Orencina's room?
Yes, with another gallon of ale. Minus 4 again.
All right. You guys are going to travel into the adjacent building. In here are a bunch of stone mills to grind straw, grain, and other things. And then right above the mill down here is the storage room, or is the storage floor. Busting into one of the rooms filled with boxes, which Brock points out is Orencina's. Sitting in the middle of the boxes, you guys are going to come into the room as Orencina has her cloak off. She, along her arms, every inch of her arms is covered with scars. She has a open pouch on the floor next to her, and in her hand is a dagger with a crystalline dust on it. As you guys charge into the room, her attention snaps to you very quickly as the dagger shakes in her hand. And if you guys don't say anything, she looks like she's about to scream.
I am going. Okay. I'm going to immediately turn on the charm and go. Hey, you ready to party?
She yells, "Knock! Get out!"
Nah, bitch, we're gonna party.
She scrambles to pour the dust back in the bag and tucks it underneath her shirt. And
That cocaine?
That's
Is it cocaine?
You can roll me a perception check.
Please let it be cocaine. Fuck!
Yeah.
I think it's cocaine.
Yeah, you're allowed to think whatever you want about it. However, she does seem very ashamed of it.
I'm gonna ask her straight out, is that cocaine?
There is not cocaine in this world.
Oh, then what's like cocaine then?
There is a list of drugs on the wiki. I'll post those right now for you.
I'm
Dust.
gonna ask her straight out because I don't want to read it right now. Is that drugs?
She's going to shake her head and say, no, it's not. It's not.
I mean, if it is, I'd be totally cool with it.
No, you're not. This is what we're trying to get her away from.
She looks very ashamed for a moment and says, "Wait, you do rock lily dust?"
Sure.
No.
No.
We are not doing this. No. No.
She's gonna pull down her
Okay, let me
sleeves.
see the bag.
She's gonna pull down her sleeves and brush her hair behind her ears and say, "I don't share. I'm sorry, I don't share."
Good.
Yeah, sure. What do I do for grappling?
my God.
Attack roll. Substitute one of your attacks as a athletics check contested by her athletics or acrobatics. So
Can I use acrobatics instead of athletics, or do I have to use athletics?
you have to use athletics to initiate it.
Alright. 17.
Wait, I want to use...
Nope, I'm already doing shit!
Yeah, but I had things that can do in response to that.
Oh.
I want to use... What is the hell name of my ability again? Cutting words.
On her grapple attempt?
On her grapple attempt.
Alright, roll me that bardic die.
I think it's a D6? No?
Oh, wait, will that aid me?
Sure.
Wait, you're...
No.
Yeah, I thought
No.
you were rolling it against...
I'm rolling it against her.
Yeah, okay, you're rolling it against Zilia.
Oh, why? Oh.
Well, you're trying to grab her and shake her down for drugs. So, shouldn't be too difficult. Or
I mean,
rather,
if you're
it
trying
shouldn't
to
be...
get away from her, what's another better way to give it to somebody else?
Alright, I don't actually have her skills marked on her sheet, so I'm just gonna roll
It's
this.
a D8, Jordan. You're at 5th level.
I'm at 5th level?
Are you 5th level?
Yes.
At least? Yeah, it's a D8.
Okay, I haven't changed it in my thing.
I win!
What is your strength modifier?
6.
Oh yeah, you do have the higher check. It is going to go... it is going to go in your favor.
Woo!
So, Brock is going to yell for Zilia to stop as she approaches Orensina.
Doesn't work.
Yeah. As you grapple Orensina and start wrestling, she does have a spell book on her waist that she's going to grab at. Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, since my shouting didn't work, I'm going to try and get both of his attention, and then play my flute and cast Hypnotic Pattern.
Okay. What are you saying? What are you casting?
Hypnotic Pattern.
Okay. Give me one round before you do that. I have to pull up her abilities real quick. Let's see. Rune, Master Runes, Vend.
So,
Alright.
in response to her attack on this woman, you would like to grab that rack lily dust.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm just seeing... Alright. She is going to put a hand on her spellbook. As she does, and you have her grappled, you feel her fingers moving against you. Roll me a strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw.
Strength saving throw.
Believe in
19!
yourself.
19.
All right. So as you grapple her, you feel her start drawing on your stomach. Was on a failure. Unsuccessful. Alright, so you feel her drawing against your stomach, and then immediately this huge burst of wind explodes between the two of you guys. She deals to you.
Wait, I got a 19. What did she get?
You pass the check. She deals 6 bludgeoning damage to you as this chaotic wind tries to push you off of her. You do, however, manage to hold on to her.
Can I grab the rock lily dust?
You can make me a sleight of hand check to pull it from under her shirt.
Nice! I have a +7! I have fucking 10!
She is going to contest that. And she's going to take her hand off her spellbook and swat you away from her shirt, keeping your hand just at bay. Is Brock casting that spell?
Yeah, I was trying to grab both her attention for a second. They had to be looking at me for me to cast it.
I ain't gonna look at him now. I got my eyes fixated on these drugs.
Alright, I'm just reading the effect of it. Both Orensina and Zilia pass give you a passing glare. They see the pattern, but nothing seems to happen. Orensina is fixated on pushing Zilia off of her.
It's a cat fight!
Are you still clinging to her?
Oh yeah, I want those drugs. Either that or the spellbook.
Alright.
Then, in the middle of this commotion, I'm gonna walk over to the floorboard that has the rest of the drug, and start taking all of it.
She is going to struggle to get free and break the grapple from Zilia. Go ahead and roll me a contested grapple check.
Athletics or acrobatics?
Yeah, athletics to keep it going. She's trying to escape your grapple attempt.
Fuck!
Yeah, she with the blast of wind, she's going to have a little bit more wiggle room, and she is going to jump out of your grip towards Brock and say, "Stop!" Slamming her foot on the floorboard, stumbling knees over it.
I'm going to then turn around, and seeing as both of them are apparently watching me, attempt for a second time the hypnotic.
I'm not watching him.
If you're following her,
I'm looking at her. I'm not looking at you.
Yeah, the pattern would be in your sight. Are you casting it?
Yeah.
Alright, you cast the spell again. Orensina looks at it, and it doesn't seem to affect her. And she says, "If you guys do not leave..." Brock can roll...
Wisdom save against her?
I will give you a insight check for free.
Yeah, because I'm confused as to why it's not working.
Six. Yeah, you don't have any idea.
Like, why is this not working? Does it at least work for Zelia?
No, it does not. When you find out, you're gonna be very angry at me, but it is by the rules.
Can my character try to pickpocket her character?
My instrument can be used as a focus.
Say it again?
My instrument can be used as a focus.
Yes, it can. You also have advantage whenever, or rather, whenever you try and charm somebody, they have disadvantage on the saving throw against the charm. That's in the description of it.
It's probably because she's hostile.
Yes, you can roll me a sleight of hand check. She seems focused on Brock.
I can only assume this because they're both intoxicated, and so they can't be charmed.
Closer, not quite.
Is it because of the rock lily dust?
No. You have not done any rock lily dust.
Oh, yeah. Sleight of hand. 17 to pickpocket her.
I'm going to do cutting words again.
Alright, roll me a cutting words.
Cutting words? Don't tell her what I'm doing. Well, maybe I don't want it to use it. Huh? You ever think about that?
I don't want you to use it.
I'm not going to. Haha, you got a nat one.
Alright, on that 17, as she is about to talk to, Brock, you are able to come up behind her as she's focusing, keeping all of her weight on this floorboard, and just snatch the pouch from underneath her shirt.
Cool. I'll put it in my pocket without her knowing.
She does notice, by the way.
Oh!
Yeah, that's, you weren't doing that subtly.
Oh.
You just, met the DC to grab it from her.
Do we need her alive?
Yes.
Okay. Then, I won't do that.
Orencina is going to Orencina's going to look back at you guys and say, "Har har har! You robbed me. You have the drugs. Just go."
There's more.
That's not what we're trying to do. Well, that's what she's trying to do. That's not what I'm trying to do.
All right, you guys are going to see Orencina drawing in the air again. A pattern follows her fingers. As you guys try and make out the inscription, a bolt shrieks from it again, and another blast of wind shoots through the room.
You know what I should do? Grapple. 19.
First roll me a strength saving throw.
Oh.
Both of us?
No, just Zilia.
Got a 7.
A 7? Alright, this time the bolt of wind is going to catch you off guard and blast into your chest. You are going to take 2d8 plus 2d8. Oh, that's great. You're going to take 7 points of bludgeoning damage.
That is not too bad.
Wow.
That could have been a lot worse.
And you are going to be slammed back into the wall across the room.
Jesus, all those ones.
She looks back to Brock and says, "The next one's going to be a fireball."
Cool. Can it be aimed at the ground?
Can I try to grapple her again?
How loud is this commotion?
Yeah, you guys downstairs are going to start hearing this. Yeah, the party is still sticking around. You're going to hear that this isn't much of a party happening upstairs. You can run back up and try and grapple her.
I want to... I don't know why my spells aren't working.
22!
But I'm going to cast Tasha's Hideous Laughter. Hopefully this spell works.
Alright, who are you casting it on?
Seeing that Zelia is now rushing again, her.
Alright, give me a whatchamajigger roll. A wisdom saving throw.
Me?
Yep, versus Brock's spell DC.
11.
16.
Yeah, you're gonna fail that throw. Do you want to tell any specific joke?
His face.
Your sister's signature Tasha's Hideous Laughter, because she has this spell too, is do you hear about the duck who lost his quack?
Hey, Brandon, I want to confirm. So was it just Brock and Zilia that went up there?
Yeah, those are the only two people who told me they were going up there. The rest of the party would definitely be hearing fighting going on.
So I'd like to turn to Roman and say, so should we go up there?
I'm
Can I
worried.
tell a joke?
I'm worried about everything that's happening up there.
Yeah.
Well,
How attached are we to Brock, and how attached are we to our satyr?
I got a joke.
Okay.
Crap, I forgot how it went.
Brock starts to tell you a joke and then forgets, and it is the funniest thing Zilia has ever heard.
She runs, walking to a bar. Crap, I forgot how it went.
Yeah, she falls over and begins cackling uncontrollably.
A priest, a rabbi, and a construction worker walk into a bar. Nobody finds this weird, they're all people.
Why does Waldo wear a striped shirt? Because he doesn't want to be spotted.
But yes, the rest of the party, if Roman and Urkus decide to come up here, or going to come up to this scene, the door has been blasted off its hinges with wind.
Okay, before that, a pitcher of ale you said was 2 silver?
Yes.
Okay, so while they were gone, I would have gotten a pitcher of ale for me, Roman, and whoever else wanted some.
Okay.
And I imagine
Brock
us
is
deciding
in
to have a nice chat with post helping Brock.
Yeah, you guys are
How long
going
does this last?
an entire minute.
Oh.
You guys are going to come up to the scene. You can see in the distance of the room, Orensina is on her knees and hands, pressing her weight down onto a floorboard in front of Brock. Brock is looking in the direction of the door, and on the wall next to you guys is your satyr just laughing, just rolling back and forth.
I'm
So
gonna
you
look to
guys-
Urkus and just be like, we should have stayed downstairs.
Yeah. You want another pitcher of ale?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go get some.
We haven't talked to Effie in a while. Let's catch up.
Alright, Brock, you guys have fun.
Oh, we're going back downstairs.
You guys have fun with your party. Yeah.
Can you guys just take the drugs off the satyr real quick?
No! Don't do it!
Sleight of hand, right?
No, don't do it!
Yeah,
She
I
is
mean, I'll-
technically incapacitated as a condition, so you could
Yeah.
just take a
Don't
minute
do
and
it!
pull her hand free of them.
Don't do it!
Okay, I'll do it.
Don't do it!
And give them to Brock.
Orensina's gonna say, "Those are
Give them
mine."
to Orensina. They're her drugs.
I'm going to look at you with the straightest face you have ever seen Brock Brook wear, and say, "Burn it."
No!
I'm going to look at you and respond. How?
You, as you say that, you are going to see this. You're going to see a whole new demeanor from Orensina as this desperation just overtakes her face, and says, "No, I'll burn you."
Just
I
give
haven't
the
done
woman
much.
back her for drugs.
I want those goddamn drugs. Don't ask why.
She's incapacitated, right? So I could just haft her ass up.
Yes, she will be laughing on your shoulders.
Works for me.
Cool.
You
Roman-
guys don't even know what I want to do with
drugs.
it. Give me
I'm
the
gonna have a
goddamn.
nice long talk with Orensina.
Roman picks up Zilia. That is the funniest thing that's ever happened to her.
Can't stop.
Okay, but you guys don't even know what I want to do with it.
I mostly want this to end.
Maybe I want to use it for specific goddamn reasons.
What are you gonna do with drugs besides use drugs?
I'm just gonna put it in
I mean-
people's drinks.
You gonna put Lily fucking rock dust in carbonated cola? Call
Yeah.
it,
By the
I was
way,
gonna use it
Roman,
like a
Cola.
roofie.
Roman, who's worked on a shipping boat before and has dealt with some shadier people, picking this up, you're gonna feel it, and you're going to be able to tell this is rock lily dust.
Yeah,
You are
I know
also
things.
you are also going to be able to tell that this one bag that you're holding is worth a small fortune.
Wait. hold
Shut
on.
up,
But
fucking
Urkus has-
captain.
Urkus has it.
Oh yeah, Urkus.
I mean, I could.
Actually, Urkus probably wouldn't discern as much as Roman. You can roll me a perception check.
I mean, I'm not gonna
We
know
should
anything.
keep it and sell it.
I'm just handing it to Brock. Like, look, I can't burn it. I have no way of burning it. It looks like she really wants this bag. I'm gonna hand it to you, and we're gonna take the laughing chick out of here.
No.
And I just like to add, you can't force people to be fixed, buddy.
Yeah,
So-
she's
Probably just wanna let the woman deal with her own demons.
Yeah, she's gonna brush her hair behind her ear again. Roman is going to notice very distinctly her ear is far more pointed than it should be, and she's gonna say, "I need it for sleeping. I'm not broken."
I'm going to turn to Orangina and go, can we sit down and have a nice chat without anybody else in the room?
Gonna be able to close the door there, buddy?
Yes, please. It's off the hinges, but I mean, if you can.
We're
Well, since you're
we're heading
carrying her,
we're heading downstairs.
you're carrying the laughing chick. I'll try to just place the door on the wall.
Roman and Urkus, masters of physical.
It's like, yep, job done here.
Orin, as they leave, Orancina is going to say, yes, we can have a conversation about it.
Cool. I hand the bag back to Orangina and go, this is yours. And then,
That is very good, because Brock is going to, Brock's going to feel very uncomfortable about her statement until he hands the bag back to her, and you see her demeanor kind of calms. She looked a little bit twitchy and unhinged.
well, yeah, the entire plan ended in a fiasco. A lot of people were twisted right. So anyway, how did it start?
She's going to say nothing started.
So you just came out of the womb and became dependent on this dust?
She looks at you very angrily and says, I'm not dependent on it. Feels like a lie. Feels like a nat 1 of a lie.
And I'm going to turn to her and go, the entire expression on your face when I wanted to burn just one bag says otherwise.
She's just gonna shrug and throw up her hands and say, fine, I spent my inheritance on it. I bought a bunch. You haven't seen what I've seen. The world's not pretty.
No, I haven't. And I want to know why. Like, what drives someone to get to this point where you're living in someone else's attic, doing odd jobs, and spending all your money on something that looks like it's killing you?
Am I done laughing?
Yeah, actually, when you're dragged out of the room, the spell is going to end on you. She's gonna just look for a moment very... she's gonna start turning red for a moment and say, I'm just in town visiting my father before I hit the roads again. I won't sully your city with my addiction any longer. You don't have to worry.
I'm not worried about this city. This isn't even mine. I'm worried about you. Like, I don't know what you were like before, but what you are now, probably not what, you could be. You'd be a lot better than this.
She is gonna stand up for a moment and get in your face, with her hands like clenched, and then right next to the sides of your eyes, just gesture with explosions, and say, "I've seen magical secrets that will blow your mind. I've made discoveries that should have been left sleeping. I am better than I was. I'm fine. This helps me stay better." Brock, you can roll me a free Arcana check for Brock.
I know she has a lot of experience with at least buffing weapons. Arcana check.
Yeah, you're not gonna pick up much on what she was saying. You are going to be able to tell that you are going to be able to tell with the basics of spell casting. She wasn't using incantations or anything of that nature. She wasn't even reading from her spell book. The way she was casting spells or whatever she was doing was very unorthodox.
Yeah. Man, I'm not good at any situation. I did not watch in the rehab.
Staging an intervention.
Yeah, that's your intervention. I did not watch enough intervention. I tend to go. I can see that you've mastered spells the way nobody else has. You've uncovered new techniques to get things done faster.
Can't confirm.
But don't you think, or what effects of this drug makes it positive for you? Like, is it something that clears your mind, or like what? What positive things that this drug gives you that makes you so dependent on it? That you can't get outside of this.
When you say clears your mind, she nods and turns away from you, and says, "It helps me forget."
Forget things you've done?
Things I've seen.
Can I roll insight to see if she's dodging that question?
You can.
I should really just start taking 10.
Taking 10 is actually not a thing in 5th edition. However, there is a magical item that allows you to alter fate and take 10. It is a common magical item in Xanathar's Guide to Everything.
That's cool. I need to read that book some more.
On a 4, you're not going to be able to... Yeah, you're not going to be able to, like, discern anything that would say she's lying or dodging the question. She seemed pretty honest to you.
I'm going to ask her how she started developing spellcasting. Okay. I can see that she's not using any verbal or...
At this point, too, by the way, Zilia is unaffected by the magic. If she wants to get out of Roman's grip, she can roll a contested grapple check to escape.
Acrobatics?
Yep, you can use acrobatics.
Yeah, 13.
Is Roman gonna let her go or hold on to her?
Oh yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna let her go. I just wanted to get her out of the city. Well, fuck you, Jordan.
What? I took a look at you.
Alright, Zilia is free. You do know, at the end of the spell, do you know you were... At the end... Oh, actually, no, you don't know that you were charmed or magically incapacitated.
Can I kick him?
Yeah, when you get done laughing, you're just gonna feel like, man, that was really funny. All right, wait. Why are you taking me away? And then yeah, you can jump out of his
I
get.
want to kick him with my little itty bitty hooped feet. What do I roll for that?
It would be an unarmed attack. If you don't have Tavern Brawler, it's just a D20 plus your strength.
Okay. 12.
Yeah, you're not going to touch his AC. Anyways, back in the room, Orensina
Like
is...
cute.
Yeah, Orensina is going to say, I left this country and studied magic at the university, just like everybody else.
Well, that seems noble. Effie, the person you were with until just now, also does that.
It's a red box.
She nods and says, yes, I know her. She didn't instruct me, but we had time to catch up.
And what happened for you, for both of you to turn out so different? I mean, I know to each their own demons, but it seems like you had an experience you'd rather forget.
There is a long moment of silence between you. So much so, it does not seem like she's going to talk about it without heavy persuading. As you guys are standing there in silence, she's going to say, look, you should just leave. You want a bag for your friend. I've got plenty to last me until I get out of this country.
I want to get to the bottom of Orensina's story. So I'm going to say that I don't want your bag. I really want answers. And I really want to understand you. And I'm going to use persuasion that hopefully they're to tell me.
Okay, roll me a persuasion check.
Holy crap, it sucks.
14.
I rolled a 3.
Yeah, no, that's what I was like. I was like, oh, 14. I was like, oh.
You rolled a 3 and a 3. Orensina is going to look back at you and say, look, I lost somebody. We all lose somebody.
I think she needs some liquid courage to help her talk about it.
Too bad the person with liquid courage wants to steal her drugs.
I don't want to use it. I want to put it in other people's drinks.
An agent of chaos.
I'm stealing for good reason, so she doesn't have it.
And make more
There
out of
ain't such thing as chaotic chaos, but apparently there is.
Yeah.
I'm just chaos.
She tells you she lost somebody, and she's gonna look back at you and say, is that enough? Does that sate your curiosity?
Nope. But with the way my rolls are going, I don't think I'm gonna get much else out of her. Crap. I want her to stop doing drugs.
Yeah, as you have that thought right
Roman's
there,
words.
she's going to sit down, and take out her dagger again, and pull up her sleeve. She cuts a small part on her arm before she grabs a pinch before she grabs a pinch out of the bag. And she rubs it on the spot.
I don't think at this point I can't stop her because I don't know enough, and she's obviously not opening up because my persuasion skills, even with a plus 11,
Well,
won't roll me high enough.
She hasn't kicked you out again.
I sit down in front of her as she does it and study the effects of what they do to her body.
Yeah, As she rubs it on her arm, she is gonna say, "Is there anything else you want?"
I can't tell if that was you making a voice.
Both.
She yawns as she's talking to you.
Yeah.
Well, if you read the page.
Yeah. Wait, what page?
The one about the rock lily dust.
Oh yeah, I added all of the, or rather this drug specifically to the wiki. Any homebrew content I mention on stream, I try and put on the wiki. And
Yeah, so
I can legitimately say this time, the link is shown earlier in the episode.
but yeah, so
Okay. Yeah, no. I'll just wait till she falls asleep.
She lazily reclines on some boxes, watching you. Slowly, her mind, or slowly her eyes start to shut as she opens them again and says, "You go talk to your friend Credori came. Leave me alone."
I'm dying.
Does this is about 10 minutes in that she's still holding strong. Does Brock stay there just watching her?
No. Yes, I will leave and look at the wiki at some time.
Okay. As you stand up to go, she's going to hold the bag close to her chest and turn over into a ball, clutching it, and doze off.
Damn druggies.
It is late afternoon, by the way.
Okay. I come downstairs and I go, I still don't understand it.
I can help.
I really want to incapacitate Cecilia right now.
When Brock says he doesn't understand it, well, actually, before Brock comes back downstairs, let's jump to the rest of the party. So Urkus and Roman said they wanted to catch up with Effie.
Yeah, I bought like a pint or two of ale. I'll just put -2 silver.
Okay.
Pint. Share with
That's a
everyone.
gallon of ale.
Yeah, that's a
Is
gallon.
it a gallon?
Yep,
Fine,
it's a
I
whole
was wrong.
gallon.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah,
good.
2 gallons. Buying 2 gallons for everyone and her. Let's sit down.
All right. What would Urkus want to be talking about with her?
I don't know. Ask her about her life at the academy. Or she was at that with God,
Maphis University.
Mathis University. Just ask her about life there and about the person she's searching for. Just general information.
Yeah. Effie.
Meanwhile, Zilia is trying to steal the alcohol from you guys.
You can get some.
It's community based and steals.
She's trying to take the whole damn thing.
We bought it for ourselves. You get your own.
Yeah.
or you can ask nicely.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna buy like Zilia's had enough. Don't give her any more.
Well, you know, if drinking keeps you from assaulting druggies in their rooms.
We'll buy you a gallon for you. So that's 6 silver.
Yeah. Alright, Zilia's just gonna keep on drinking.
All right. Keep in mind too, we are playing with a modified version of Identify. When Urkus asked that, when he just asked about her life in general, Effie is going to take a large swig of the ale. You're going to see her pull out a pearl and begin an incantation. Her hand begins swirling, and she says, or rather, mist begins swirling around her hand and says, "I could show you if you'd like."
Do it.
Okay. That's
Do it.
interesting.
As you grab Effie's hand, the mist kind of seeps into your skin, and images begin to flood into your mind. In much the same way, and this is for Roman, in much the same way you saw Rachia shaking as she identified different items for you guys, you're going to see Urkus start shaking a little bit as his mind flashes through all of these scenes. You're first going to see a Lil Nagian girl. You're gonna see her sleeping, and over the course of several nights, somebody keeps coming into her room, saying a spell over her, and then leaving. Each time he inhales, getting a sharp stab of ecstasy, before finally the scene flips, and you see her withering on the floor in front of a chapel, and oh my gosh, what are they called? A member of the Sun Yith, as you would recognize them from Lil Nagai, casting sacred flame on her, scaring her away from the chapel. The final scene you witness is of her running from the chapel before running into a woman with pure white hair, and she looks down on the girl as you're seeing this from her vision right now. And the next set of scenes you see is the woman instructing her in the practice of magic within a tower in Sky's Reach. You can see the rest of the city out from it. This repeats for maybe 5 or 6 different images of seeing this woman train her, before finally your vision snaps back into the tavern. All of your senses, which were removed from your mind, become very much aware to you. Effie just smiles slyly and says, "That was her you saw, Dila."
So she took you in after you became what you are.
She nods.
And just raised you, huh? Wow. Did you ever find out who it was that caused this?
Hey, I'm gonna roll a percentage die. Above 50, yeah, and below 50, no. She is going to shake her head and say, "At this point, it doesn't matter. Everybody I knew back then is dead and passed away. Dila taught me to look at what happened to me as more of a gift than a curse. And as long as I'm able to feed once a month, I can at least continue existing alongside her."
Well, I'm sure we'll be able to find her eventually once we... Well, once we manage to find someone that fits the category to get this mirror working.
She nods and says, "Finding her isn't what scares me. She won't die to time, and if you do kill her, she reincarnates inside the Earthfire every single time. She's been alive for centuries. I'm more scared of whatever is able to keep her pinned down or keep her away from society this long. I don't know if we'll be able to handle it."
I'll just nod and just...
Or it's like, "Don't worry, it's okay."
I got nothing. I'll just nod and say, "That's right. Well, do what you can when you get there."
All right. Brock's going to be coming downstairs at this point to a very crestfallen table of drinking people. This is supposed to be a party.
I mean, we're a party of people.
Realizing it is not a party, my character is going to try and get some good music flowing. To start playing her little instrument.
All right.
She gonna play her flute.
Go ahead and give me a performance check.
23.
Okay. You light this area up over here. A couple people take notice of you in the tavern. That is until Brock comes downstairs and says, "I don't get what her deal is." Is that what you said earlier, Jordan?
I want to say, I was like, I just don't understand it.
Yeah. Effie is going to look over to you and say, try to convince her to stop using the dust. She's a lost cause.
I'm just trying to understand why she uses it. At this point, like, something that dependent means that something had to happen.
Effie shrugs and says, when she came to the university, she was just a tortured little girl and found love and ran off with her husband. I'm assuming something happened to him on the road. I didn't push.
Yeah, my character's just gonna keep playing the music as they're talking.
Oh, she's from the university?
Effie nods and Effie nods and says, yeah. That's where she knew me from. We actually caught up and exchanged some stories, and I remembered her. Effie's going to start snapping and roll a history check and say, Markai. That was the man she fell in love with. Bright young man.
Was he also a member of the college?
She nods and says they were both students. She is going to roll a harder history check and fail and say, can't quite remember what he studied.
What did she study? Because the spell she was casting up there, she wasn't using verbal or components at all.
Everybody at the table can roll a wisdom check for free.
Yay!
Ooh.
Wait, so just wisdom?
Insight if you're trained in it.
Yeah,
all right.
24.
Oh, an insight?
So, yeah, Roman has been around the block, definitely before.
On the streets, yo.
When Brock says that, one thing's going to snap into Roman's mind, and he is going to know very acutely. The only other time he's seen anything like that is when they were fighting Krun. Nathan was producing magical effects simply by touching something with no incantations or anything else.
My character is going to butt in and say, I can get her to stop. And then she's go. Yeah. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Brock's going to butt in and say, "Oh, the last time you tried it didn't really help. It actually made it worse."
Uh-huh. And then she's gonna raise a bottle and she's gonna smash it.
Nathan's going to peek up and say, "Wait, are we talking about the drug lady?"
Yeah.
Yes.
Which, now that I think about it, Nathan, you don't. You cast magic in a similar fashion.
Nathan shakes her head and says, "I don't cast magic anymore."
What?
She's a chronic liar. But
She's gonna pull out the large opal she keeps on her at all times and say, "It's a rune. It's so dangerous channeling magic through your own body. I use this instead."
okay.
It's all clicking in my brain now.
New question. Can runes stop you from being charmed?
Can you make a rune that does that?
Yeah, Nathan's going to think on it for a moment and say, "Not the ones I know of."
Okay. Because another weird thing was happening, and that she wasn't being charmed by my spells.
Hey, Urkus,
Yes.
you want to go ahead and give me an insight check with advantage?
Let me pull that up. Keep clicking the wrong.
I'm gonna be really mad at this.
Oh, let's see.
Mostly because Brendan already said it's gonna be really mad.
Oh, I know nothing.
I mean, that's strange. That's strange to you.
Huh. Shake my head. It's not. Huh. Yeah. Hit my beer.
That is true. Probably like figure out why that is.
For you guys, just as because this is honestly not any secret.
Brendan, don't. Give me a second to look up freaking the features of elves.
Yeah, I was gonna say there is something that Urkus,
Oh, that's right. They're resistant to
Effie,
God
or
damn.
Azilia, and them all have in common.
Wait. Didn't Brock use this? I wasn't paying attention. How did she go to sleep? Was it from the drugs?
Yes, it was from the drugs.
Okay, alright. Just making sure.
Yeah, Faye ancestry.
Ancestry
Well,
still a save, yeah.
I don't know if half elves
Yeah.
have it, but
Yeah, half
her,
of that.
Yeah, her hair was constantly over her ears, but as far as you guys can tell, she looked human.
But it was Roman that saw her ears.
So
Yes.
She has advantage on.
yeah, but who says I know that about elves?
Also, it has advantage on being. Was it charmed or all spells?
I mean, would that be a nature check or a history check?
Advantage on saving throws against being
Being
charmed.
charmed.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, is it not? They cannot be charmed by
Yeah,
magic? I
have-
thought it was
I
they
have
can't be charmed
banned
by
She
them.
magic.
can't be put to sleep via magic. Incidentally, Lily Rock dust, not magic.
Yeah. But hypnotic pattern doesn't put them to sleep. It's not an automatic fail. She just has advantage on it. You are automatically failing me, Brandon.
Oh, that is my
Ask
bad.
me what my spells these.
That was my bad on the rolls then. I'm going to go back and roll both of those, and if it makes you feel any better, she rolled a 16 and 15 on the first one. and then she rolled a 17 and 8 on the second one.
In another world, it worked.
No, it didn't.
No. In a
Oh,
world
it
where she was actually having to roll for it, she was still killing it.
Oh, okay. I forgot what he made.
Advantage is a heck of a thing, man. Unless you roll a 3 and a 3.
But just to be
Or like
fair-
Jordan, you keep rolling like 8,
Wait. What was the first one? What was the first
15, and
roll?
16.
A
15
16 and 15, and then a 17, or I'm sorry, an 18 and 8.
So the first one, she just met the DC. Because my spell DC is a 16.
Yeah.
So close. But Brandon was automatically failing me.
Yeah, I apologize for that. I've just always thought that feat was they can't be charmed or put to sleep, but it's they have advantage on charm and cannot be put to sleep.
By magic.
Yeah, by magic. But yes,
I was like so much like, why is this not working?
she is a half elf.
Okay. Instead of ears are pointier than normal.
Well, I mean, if she's a human, then pointy ears would be like, wait a minute. But yeah. That's all clicking now.
We
Runes.
solved all the mini mysteries of why
Runes.
those spells were hard to follow to use.
No, mostly I'm clicking all the pieces together with how the items in my pockets came to be. Makes me question the items in my pocket.
What was the last thing Effie said?
So you guys just not noticing that my character has now had like half a broken bottle in her hand?
You broke a bottle?
Yeah.
When?
Earlier.
Yeah, she did break the bottle. I did take note of that.
I also noted that.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have definitely noticed that.
But
My social life.
at this point too, Zilia has been like kind of unhinged and
just
crazy.
thinks
It's kind of par for the course.
Yeah, she now has a broken bottle and she's gonna start walking back up those steps towards that
Oh no, we're stopping this. I will hit a satyr woman.
And as much as Brock is a ladies' man, at this point, he probably won't stop you.
And I would just
That
like to
is
note,
something.
I am definitely better with that bottle than you are.
Alright, so does Zilia stop as Roman gets in her way?
Yeah, probably. She's probably pout.
Okay.
She's most definitely pouting though.
It's almost like murdering somebody while they're sleeping is bad. The last thing Effie said though was I think she said she couldn't remember what Orencina's husband studied.
Yeah,
I think we then asked what Orencina did.
yeah, and then we got sidetracked.
Oh, okay. Yeah, if you guys turn your attention back to Effie, she's gonna have a hand on her face and say, I think she studied foreign languages.
Because her enchantment ability seems to be on par with master level. I figured it'd be something to do with that.
She shakes her head and says, no, I mean, there's some knowledge of those runes at the university. However, we aren't fortunate enough to have any rune scribes as professors. Nathan is going to perk up and say, "Ooh, I could teach somebody. They'd have to get their own rune, of course.
How does one make a rune?
Nathan slams down her fist on the table and very excitedly says, "One finds it."
Okay, that doesn't help.
You just find the magic rock?
I am very intrigued of making runes.
Well, I guess so. Would I have connected the dots with Orensina being the one that Rotero?
Yes, you did.
I just wonder because, you know, she can magically infuse items. You can call it enchanting, whatever. She made my new knuckles with the help of Rotero. And while the man's a beautiful blacksmith, I don't know if he'd be aware of this being a more common ability, but he made it seem like she was unique in her talent.
Effie's going to nod and say, "It's pretty rare. Those things aren't easy to come by. Last I checked, Arter Sarai had a couple hundred of them hidden away around the country, but..."
I need to make a new list. I have my Earthfire Weapons list, and I'm going to have my 100 runes of Arter Sarai list.
Rune 1.
I believe she means rune scribes. No.
Funny enough, in the second Group 1 session, they actually, the whole group just walks through the place where all of these things are stored. And they're looking through, like, all these magical items and it's like, is this a way out? Is this a way out? Nope, not a way out.
Didn't even take anything.
All these magical rocks are useless. Stupid.
Which is seems totally on point with how they're just like. But you feel like maybe one of them would just be like, "I could hit somebody in the head with this."
Nope.
In a sack.
All right. Well, aside from being sidetracked for later stuff to come up, did you find what did Effie go to the Silver Sigil to look for?
You were trading information with Credori. Your information about Ryren in exchange for the Silver Sigil's resources to find it.
Okay, and they're on the lookout, so we don't have anything.
You haven't completely questioned about Effie about that. Do you say that out loud?
Yes.
Yeah. Effie is going to perk up and say, "Not exactly. They've searched the city quite thoroughly and found that every assassin in the city has been hired. Every single one of them."
Oh, good.
Wait,
That sounds
all of them?
fantastic.
All of them. Even the ones that we are friends with? Question
What
mark.
happened to them?
Complicated situation there.
She nods and says, "From their understanding, yes."
Oh.
You know what? I kind of ripped them out of money, so I go back and talk to them and ask them for help.
At this point, they each have a half-dozen jobs alternating on different dates from here until the new year. Whoever organized this, at this point, it's like trying to find a marble under a hat.
So all all the assassins are busy.
Doing assassin stuff? I'm assuming killing?
She's gonna say the weapon is in Ardor. You're correct on that. And they found an assassin to wield it. And they're going to have a target. However, who that assassin is what eludes us, but I'm confident they're going to be the one with the dagger.
Oh, okay. Figured they probably couldn't. Obviously, let keep going on and take it in the hands of an expert.
And
oh no, this is the old Byron. I was doing someone's trying to make a new one as well and mass produce it.
And she also says they hired so many to throw us off their scent.
Okay.
Does Brock know any expert assassins?
We do.
We did.
We do. Brock totally ripped them off.
No, we know another expert assassin.
Oh, yeah. Brock totally stabbed them 27 times in the chest.
No, not them.
Oh, the cell swords.
Okay, I was thinking about the shapeshifters.
Now, you guys are going to recall the shapeshifters were not expert assassins.
The second one that we talked to.
You know, the one you thought we were going to try and murder.
Yeah, Kadam. Kadam told you when she kidnapped the sage, and Kaylee, this is something that happened long, long ago. One of their NPC friends was kidnapped, and taken away. She kidnapped the sage, and she told you that she took the form impersonating one of the city's best assassins in hopes that no one would hassle her, and that she was jumped on the bridge by people who saw through her disguise, and the sage was taken from her possession. But she did tell you the name of the person she was impersonating.
Okay. She took her on the name. Did she take on the appearance assassin she was impersonating?
Yes. The night that the sage was kidnapped, it was an elven woman that you guys saw in there. She had a mask over her face and dressed in black.
Oh crap. I turn to Effie and go, do you know of any places that elves like to meet up aside from every 5th day?
Effie's going to snarl at you and say, you have an idea who this might be?
I have never met them in person, but I saw a shapeshifter once who transformed into an assassin. So if we can find someone who matches that description, we could probably line the blade. Or at least start getting leads.
Effie is going to nod and say, yeah, but it's not going to be pretty.
And why do you say that?
What is his name? Lord Blank Orendell. She says Lord Orendell was in charge of the immigration committee. Or the immigration council. His family, he was an elf, managed everybody coming over and across Ardor's borders. Most elves who reside here have some ties to the family. However, he's been beyond sick for the past few months. He was one of the first people I went to contact when I came here.
Sick as in deathly ill, or sick as in sick in the head?
Deathly ill.
Wait, Lord Orendell.
Yes.
And I'm going to turn to Nathan. Orindel?
She's gonna nod and say, "Yep, he manages everybody who comes over from Rion here. I had to check in with him and tell him my intentions when I first arrived. That was so many months ago."
Family name?
Say that again?
But don't you share the same family name?
She nods and says, "I took on the name of his circle."
Oh, I thought it was a family name. As in they were related by blood.
Everybody can go ahead and roll me insight on that.
I'm not good with insight.
Oh my gosh. As always, the
dumb.
only one paying attention.
I'm drunk.
Yeah. Roman is gonna.
Around.
Yeah, Roman's gonna start snapping and say, "It must be a big family, wasn't?" And this is a thought. You don't say this. Wasn't Ingolian's last name Orindel also?
Ingolian. Gotta be good for something.
It's almost like he disappeared.
Like making a deal in peace and all.
Mm-hmm. No, Nomad made a deal and pieced off. Ingolian disappeared.
I thought he had an invite to the Silver Sigil.
He did, and he spat on it, ripped it up, and said he'd never join.
He's also part of the Ruby Alliance. You know those guys can get cutthroat.
Yeah.
I'm gonna keep that thought to myself.
Nathan, though, I'm gonna roll her a history check, and she's going to say the Brenderai of Alyan don't really like elves traveling around freely. They snatch them up and drag them back to the woods whenever possible. Master Orindel's protection, as long as we bear his name, has normally protected us in the capital here.
Well, that sounds awful.
Especially for a city mostly run by the undead.
Yeah, and Urkus also is going to know this as 100% true, as his father told him the reason why they fled Alyan to Forestfall is the name of your village?
Yeah.
Was because Urkus was not allowed to his parents wouldn't be allowed to take care of Urkus as they had a greater purpose to serve.
Okay.
So Lily's just gonna stare at everybody and reply. So a lot of you had depressing childhoods, I bet.
Talking about my childhood was great.
Yeah, I was to say they all had good childhoods.
You
The
know,
Orindels did not.
Like, I'm not gonna say that.
hustling the mean streets, traveling on boats, attempted to get murdered like 4 times.
Yeah. Nathan is going to add, she's going to say, but please remember my memory is spotty after I died.
It's alright, Nathan. I trust your memory enough.
She died.
Yeah, she nods and says, I don't remember when or what part of my life, but I do remember washing up on the shores of Ililnagai.
So,
Brandon, do I recognize her? Because I know you said before that I would.
Yeah, you recognize her as the description the people at the vault gave you of the person who broke in and stole your seed.
Oh no, I meant. Do I recognize her from where I'm from? You said we were from the same place.
You don't recognize her. You do recognize she's an Eladrin. She is from the south of
So
the
I know
Walkwater
where she's
you are.
from.
Yeah.
So I know where she's from. I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, Nathan's gonna snap and say, confirmation, and point at her, because nobody in the party believed her earlier. Because people don't come from that area of the world. It is just a boundless nothing.
So Nathan's like, see?
Yeah.
I told you I was from there.
Career and I think Jessica were the ones who did not believe her.
On that note, I'm seeing it as that's a dead end. I turn back to Effie and go, what does it take to get a meeting with Mr. Orange?
Weren't we gonna talk to the ocular?
We can do that. We can split into 2 groups.
I think we should just stay here and get drunk.
Effie is going to say, well, he's infirmed right now, and all of the councils are out of session. So, I believe it wouldn't be hard at all to just go to his estates and see if we can speak to him.
Well, I say that the group that goes to the estate should probably bring Tristan along so that he can heal him up to a point where he, without dying on us. And I think we should get another group to go discuss with Adequan about Chantry of Discipline. And that one should probably have me and Roman in it. Mostly because Roman apparently really needs to, or Adequan really needs to talk with Roman. And I really need to be there to defuse anything that hostile that may happen.
You call me hostile?
No, I'm calling him hostile.
I'm saying we need to make sure that he understands that the Heart of Embers
Killed his brother.
killed his brother.
And we're not looking
Because
for
we
the
are
hero.
very suspicious considering we're the last people.
That saw him.
And saw him, yeah.
Also, the fact that we saw him and I threatened him.
Yeah, that's not gonna look
And
good.
in less than like 8 hours, he died in a fire.
Yeah, it's not gonna look good on us.
The Heart of Embers, though.
We're gonna go pay them back for Kron's untimely death.
Man, this is gonna be the greatest,
You even get your revenge.
right? It's like, don't worry, although I didn't like your brother, we'll go get vengeance for you.
Yeah, somebody else other than us killed your brother, and don't worry, we will go kill them for you. Don't.
The vengeance has been transferred.
Alright, that seems like a pretty good place to stop for the night. I do remember you guys were asking for a shorter session since work tomorrow. Is that good for you guys?
That's good for me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's good for me.
Alright, so, Jordan, there's no camera on my brother's computer, so you couldn't see my face. When you said that's a dead end, I thought you were talking about you guys couldn't find anyone to lead you to the next step. And I was like, there are so many things. Oh my god! But you guys brought it back around.
No, it's a complete dead end. We have no idea where to go.
Yeah, it's just like we have no idea where to go, but there's so many things for you. Anyways,
Maybe we should go burn down a church. I mean,
You know, if we burn down enough things and blame it on the Heart of Embers, maybe the Heart of Embers will come recruit us. And then we can kill them.
No, they'll come to us and ask us to stop because we're giving them a bad name.
yeah, they've been actually surprisingly quiet on the 36th of Father.
it probably helps that they've been accused of killing a high-ranking merchant.
Also, somebody walked in and murdered pretty much all of their administrating staff.
Yeah.
I could probably go upstairs and murder
Because
that woman
those
and blame it on the Heart of Embers.
kidnapped Rachia.
Yeah.
In fact, that's where my character is heading now, by the way.
Where?
She's still heading upstairs to go murder that woman.
No.
I'm gonna stop her again.
The whole party just forms a.
Are you lawful evil? I will sacrifice you to this mirror.
I am chaotic evil.
Chaotic.
I am chaotic
Ever
evil.
seen a CC,
Oh, she chaotic evil?
alignment?
Because if she's chaotic good, I'd be pass me the mirror.
No, I'm evil.
For tonight's session, though, let's see. You guys figured out some of Orencina's backstory. She lost her husband, and she is a rune scribe like Nathan.
Found out that Nathan's a rune scribe.
Oh yeah, Nathan is a rune scribe. She uses a opal to cast spells. You guys got two leads on your quest tonight. As far as you can find somebody to kill, sacrifice to the mirror through the ocular, and you might be able to find out who's wielding the dagger, or at least which elves are high-profiled and dangerous still in town. Through Orndale. By the way, he was the person you guys were celebrating who had been replaced at the start of the campaign. He was the immigration counselor that got sick. Anything else significant happened tonight? Oh, Effie's
very
backstory.
insightful.
Roman was very insightful.
Yeah, Roman was very insightful.
I knew nothing.
Effie's backstory. Anything else I'm missing?
We have
Learned a lot about your new satire friend.
Right now.
Yeah, and your the new woman traveling with you is insane.
I'm gonna have to put this bitch down.
She was very, 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 very close to getting into a tavern brawl with Effie.
Oh!
Also
How
very,
close
very
was I?
to
How
getting
close was
into
I?
A death match with Orencina.
I'm gonna have to start wielding actual weapons.
Think of it this way: if you want somebody murdered, you can just send her in. She's got no filter and she's got death wish. She does not care whether she lives or dies. She is depressed.
I'm gonna say 2,000 experience for tonight.
Yay!
Oh, how much experience did we get from missing last session?
I think I posted in the chat. None from storyline. I think I gave you guys like 200 for S. Robert. I think I gave you guys 200 for Rachel's storyline.
I have to look back.
Yeah.
And the other thing too is I don't know if I went through and added it.
Yeah, I'll search it and I'll post it again if I remember.
Because I did ask.
Because
I was.
Conscious.
All right.
He was talking about stuff, and I was like, "Wait, before I forget, Brandon, I needed to know."
Yeah, your guys' next session is on the 9th of December. I am going to be in Washington, the state, for that one. So,
You'll be on Pacific time.
Yeah, I will definitely let you guys know everything going down with that. What will likely happen is I'll end up just connecting to Discord and then just writing down lots of session notes and then summarizing it later and uploading it to YouTube afterwards. My uncle does not have Wi-Fi, and he's who I'll be staying with, so I'll be using my phone as a hotspot.
That sounds awful for your data.
I have unlimited, thankfully, but I just don't understand how someone can exist without a above 5 MB connection.
My
nowadays.
grandpa doesn't have internet at all.
Alright, I'm ending the broadcast on that note.